Hello and welcome back to Love Letters to Lois by Art. This is a true story of love letters written by Art, my grandfather, to Lois, my grandmother, back in 1944 when he was serving as a United States Marine during World War II. In the last letter, Art was hoping to be able to see Lois, but he wasn't going to be banking on that until the pass was in his pocket. It appears he got that pass since a whole week transpired since the previous letter. Today's letter was written on Wednesday, July 5th, 1944. And it begins. My dearest Lois, received the first letter today. Was it ever a lovely letter? Keep it up, honey. You sure did a beautiful job. It makes me feel so wonderful to read that you think I'm okay. Really, honey. I'm not good enough for you, but if you feel that way about me, it is simply lovely beyond words. All I'll ever want to do is make you happy, Lois, and I know it will be that way always. Sorry to hear about that talk that you and Alice had, but, well, I suppose she has her own way of looking at things. Personally, you're perfectly correct in telling her that she's afraid of the married life. In fact, I think Alice thinks a little too highly of herself and not of others. I think she's a swell girl. She just has the wrong slant on things. I can imagine how sleepy you are, Lois. You had better get some very soon or I'm going to worry about you. You must be glad to have that play out of the way now. Play plus me must be some strain. Honey, today I ran into some trouble. Thought I was all over worrying about coming back late from Washington, but this morning it broke. Somebody, and I know who, let it slip to the gunner I was late coming back on pass. Was called up to the office and had quite a bit of bawling out. Also received 2-week restrictions to the base. I'm not worried about that because I'm never going to town anyway. Was plenty sore about the way it was done. Going to have it out with my buddy when I run into him. The gunner is a real straight guy, and I have no picks coming from him. Simply should not have happened if some big mouth had kept quiet. Did have enough money, honey. Just enough, I should say. No worries about that, as our check should be here tomorrow. Yes, Lois, hereafter I'll have to get back on time. Easy to say when I'm here, but when I'm with you, it is terribly hard. If my honey hadn't driven me out, things would have been really bad. Darling, I so want to be with you all the time. If only we could be married so very soon. Guess I'll have to hold off a bit until you get your things together and I have saved a bit more money. Being at Cherry Point won't be too bad, and if I stay there any length of time, you could live there. After we get married, that is. You said that right, Lois. Some parts of your letter did set me on fire. Lots of good it does me with you so far away, and then we have so long to wait. Good thing you have more self-control than I do. Well, anyway, it is really something to look forward to, isn't it? I, too, hope the period isn't around next time. You still were your old sweet self, honey, but it does prevent us from doing certain things. Not that I minded while I was up there. I wouldn't even have known that you were in the pink, had you not told me. Keeping track, though, are you? I'll figure out that trip to Stanton on a map, Lois, and let you know. Should be easier to go directly there, so I will find out about it. Before I close out, do as those girls in the office said. Stop thinking about me and eat something. Awfully sweet of you to say, Lois, but I do want you to eat and have your health. Enough for today, Lois. We'll write again tomorrow. Oh yes, went sailing today, wishing you were along. Closed my eyes and thought about being in the canoe with you. Bye, honey. With love always yours, Art. Yes, all the boys thought the bracelet was swell. So do I. Now for a bit of commentary. I find it very interesting that Art is perfectly content with the fact that Lois thinks that he's okay. Okay is sufficient. It's good enough to him, even though he feels like he's not good enough. I need to remember this because this is humanity's core wound, feeling like we're not good enough. The next time that I feel like I'm not good enough and I'm not doing enough, I need to remember I am okay. I am good enough. And find gratitude in that, just like Art did. And that completes letter 27.